It's Saturday, June 11th, 2008. It's approximately 2:10, somewhere in that neighborhood. Uh, my name is John Robinson, and you're here at my place, and this is my home, and this is the man with no plan. I'm an artist, and I've been on YouTube discussing issues down in Rosewood and trying to get money into the black community. That I'm an activist, and I do have cancer, esophageal cancer, and I escaped through my art. This is one of my pieces of artwork here. This is called The Man with No Plan. This one I was very, very disgusted when I first got diagnosed with the illness, and this is really how I felt, just totally disgusted. This is another one here of the man with no plan, and it reflects the images where he's super small in the bottom and on the top side, and I'm very, very large on the bottom. And what it does, I was reminiscing, okay, and the butterflies caught my attention, and I was just reminiscing at that moment. I'm gonna turn this over, and the effect that I gave it from turning it, that's how I were, when I had my life courageous, to fight the world, to take the world on. I was ready for it, come on with it, And what it does is, this is the view of my home. I'm on 3 acres, okay, and I have a 3-car garage, and this is where I live, okay. That's my home here. 2-story cedar home. I got a bus parked over there for YMCA bus, and it's a 2-old bus we use, okay, for grandkids and whatnot until I got done sick and ill. And this is back over here. It's my old fish deck on that side, and this is my pond. Bass is loaded with bass and crappie, bluegill, catfish. Then I got some big monster cats in there and some super basses in there. Super bass, okay. But anyway, I'm an artist, and I escaped through my art in this place out here, okay. And like I said, this is the man with no plan, okay. I'm not selling any of these now. I endorsed them on the bottom, and I put on the bottom here, cancer cure, okay. And signed it John Robinson. And this is another one here I have, and this shows the type of artist that I am, okay. And what it does, this is the old house where my wife's grandfather passed in, and I hope I can give you a good enough view on it from the way I'm standing with this camera. But anyway, see if I can lean it over just a little and get a better view of it. But this old house here, that old tree there is, in comparison to contrary to the size of the house, there's a big tree there, okay. But anyway, this is where I live, and I got another piece, a couple pieces over here. This chair here, I built this chair from scrap wood, okay. I built that old chair from old posts and logs and limbs and old wood that was around, okay. That's my old sitting chair there. This here piece here is of John Kennedy, his wife and the daughter, when she was small, and this is done by pencil, okay. This is where I escaped. This was a scale drawing that was drawn from another smaller drawing that came out of an old history magazine, okay. And this here is Dr. Martin Luther King, Jesse Jackson, the musician, and Mr. Carmichael. And this is called The Moment Before. This is the one where Dr. King was killed at the Lorraine Hotel. I got that out of an old magazine. I also have some of Frederick Douglass and Booker T. Washington inside. I have 23 pieces, and I'm not going to sell any of them by me having this illness. I'm trying to create me a collection, and I want to get me some prints and copies. This illness broke me. I've been a millionaire twice, and it took everything I've had. Took my life away from me, and then just left us financially strapped, okay. But there are hope for tomorrow. It never gives up. It never quit trying. That's not part of my flavor, okay. I got a friend. His name is George Boston Ryans, and Brother Ryan sticks with me closer than a brother. And it's good to have someone that'll stand by you. And I really love my art. And I'm gonna sell the prints, the copies, and that's what I'm gonna be doing. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna sit there for a few minutes and discuss a few things. Not gonna take very long. I believe that we should never give up trying. That I'm standing on that death row. I was given 2 to 6 months to live in 2008. I was diagnosed in March 2008. They removed my stomach in June. I believe it was the 11th, 2008. And I don't have a stomach nor pancreas. And my disease is, I keep saying this, but I want people to know this, is malignant and it's terminal. But yet I find within myself some hope and spark for tomorrow. We as a people have a long way to go. There's a struggle out here in life, and I'm hoping that President Obama and Mr. Michael Blake and Mr. Michael that's in charge of the chief of staff, I hope that he can look into Black America, low-income America, okay, and realize the art that it's going to take. Not this form of art, but they are masters, which is a form of art, of their profession, okay? And our president is a very unique person. I know a lot of ridicule has been put on him and a lot of things been blamed on him, but after all, he inherited a broken nation. I believe that, Mr. President, if you wish to invest into the low-income areas and revitalize the HUD program that was created in 1968 and have it totally revised to a modern-day standard, and maybe redirect some of the federal funds through programs. What's happening is there's an underworld out here. I do know that if you was a worker in Chicago, there was a man there once named Mr. David Mullins, and he was in my life. He had a pioneer school in Benton Harbor, Michigan, and he was part of my life. He was my hero. And there was another gentleman from Chicago. His name was Maurice Bishop, and Mr. Bishop was the principal of a school. And we went through some changes, and these people was effective on my life. We had Operation Breadbasket, keep the dollar in the neighborhood. Then there was Operation Push, okay? Then the Rainbow Coalition. But we need our nation to be uplifting. The economy would go through the roof if you invest into the urban America, which is Black America. Let's talk about it for real. Let's not keep brushing it off. We need money in our ghettos. Give us a facelift. Give us an opportunity. These bankers got millions and millions and millions of dollars, and they use the form of art in their profession, just like I use my technique. Okay, they had the Renaissance, the Reformation, all of this. So we the poor people out here suffering. We don't have jobs, and we got to be creative. But if we're looking at going back, revitalizing the bridges, the rich and the wealthy gets all the jobs again. 1 or 2 general contractors that we may have as minority, women-owned, black-owned, or whatever the case may be. But it don't affect us in the ghetto. People that live in the ghettos. I was a migrant worker, picking tomatoes, strawberries, peaches, plums, apples, pears, you name it. And I walked around, and I used to work in the orange groves as a grove tender, picking oranges and stuff of this nature. The migrant worker. Our roads what they call the tramp bus, okay? Where people don't have no respect at all, for children, adults. I witnessed people living today that did not get any education as far as the first grade, and they live in Okeechobee, Florida today, and have a business. I believe they went back to school. I believe they had to, I guess. But I know where I come from, and I know where we've arrived from this nation. We know what we've been through, but we can't change not one thing that's behind us. But we can make a little difference. Help us, Mr. President. News and Mr. Chief of Staff. I lost 14 of my teeth from the cancer, from the chemo. Okay? And a couple more of them broken. These are loose. So, I'm sitting on death row, facing the phantom of death. And yet I'm talking about stimulating our economy, casting the ballot and a vote for our president for another 4 years, being involved with the Democratic headquarters here in Valdosta. We need some help in Lowndes County. It's a good old boy networking system. No one want to admit to it. 151 years these people been in power, and not one black person never even been a mayor in a city that's predominantly 58% black. They know how to fool us to get in office, but then they turn their backs upon us, and nothing we can do. Then they manipulate the other backs to get on the boards with them, have them too afraid to say anything. You know. Then they'll lay it on us and say that we don't have no moral principle and ethics. People are doing what they have to do, things that they don't desire nor want to do. They're trapped within the box by a indoctrination, trapped within their own minds, suffocating from the intoxication of hopelessness, because they know they're in a system that they don't have no opportunity. There is no justice, no equality here in Lowndes County. The federal funds here be misdirected. They'll use our needs and fatten their pockets. So it's a form of art. And they've been working it this way for years. So we want to take this artistic ability that we all have, such as I have, such as you have, and let's utilize it to display its beauty, that we can understand the technique of the art, so that we can let the planks flow, so that we can let the lead stroke and make these unique lines that can bring about some form of justification for the art, okay? For the reason and the will. Without reason, there's no will, okay? And if we don't have the will, what would be the reason? So, we have the will to work, and the reason is we don't have any jobs. The art is the formulation of creativity, of using our intellectual abilities that God gave us, mother wit and the wisdom, plus the educational factors, and give this country a facelift, and have these banks to lend us the money directly backed up and guaranteed by Washington. We don't need to go through the HUD housing. We don't need to go through the minority programs. We need to be at some kind of direct resources that we can get the money directly into our hands, and our subcontractors that's portfolio have been damaged, the little guy, can get an opportunity, a chance again, another chance, but give him some support, some overhead capital, okay, so that he can operate without operating on the edge. So if he miss paying his taxes, he don't get scrutinized by the banks and locked out of the system. We need to remove our lockouts. So please, I'm going to do one more tour of my art. Enjoy the art and understand the art of all our professions, and let us utilize them so that we can reach our goals and accomplish it by our full potential. So there might be a little motion here. as I adjust my camera. But life is shaky, just that way. Just listen at nature. Peace and tranquility. I love the life I live and live the life I love. It's too bad. Told I'm dying. But we all are. Yes, the man, yes, I'm the man with no plan. Don't do me any good to have a plan. You know, my life expectancy is 5 years at the most, and I'm 2.5 years in. And I'm witnessing people at the cancer center just come unglued and come apart because they say it's bad. You know, my doctor telling me that I may be in remission. It weren't. She was, John, you are in remission now. You may be in remission. I say, well, there was 14 survivors out of the 100,000 of the 5-year survey. He said, no, there was only 5. So, I'm still just as enthused about my life. Look at the clouds, man. Behold the beauty. I'm a minister as well. There's a funeral today. But by me not having a stomach, I have problems. You know, I've got to wrap this up because I got to hit the restroom. You know, the man with no plan, just reminiscing of what life once were. We just so have them captivated by nature. Lord, do you understand me? I'm writing a book called Chicken Scratch because life is kind of like chicken scratch. Can you read it? Do you understand it? Can you feel it? Chicken scratch. Yes, this is, again, chicken scratch. Do you understand? Can you see it? Do you understand it? Do you feel it from history? You don't understand me. Because you can't read it. Maybe because it's chicken scratch. Yeah, that's right. Old king, caught into the moment. You know, it's caught up into the moment. The whole history in that scratch right there. Just me scratching using the art and the technique. Come on, President Obama. You know, use what you got. Yeah, it might be chicken scratch. But as they say, can you read it? Do you understand it? Or you just see it? Do you know who the men were? The men were. The men is, the men are chicken scratch. Well, this is my life. But I will say this, I hope that these contractors can get an opportunity of fairness. Some of our contractors was given projects to bid on, but without a project date, without a project number, without a location, and pat on the back and says good luck. The guy says, how can I bid? I don't have no. He said, well, this is the way we do it. Come back in here again. The guy went back again. It says, we'll give you the location. And that was basically it. So I guess it's just all chicken scratch. Yeah, I'm writing the book of my life. If I make it through it. But anyway, this is my home. 3227 San Julien Circle, Lake Park, Georgia. And this is where I live. Nope, I'm not in the ghetto. Going to my wife. We need help out here, Mr. President. You see the turtle on that there? Listen to nature. Hope and joy of tomorrow. In Jesus' name, I pray that a blessing be bestowed upon all you viewers. I hope you find what you're looking for out of life. As a man, life is being cut short. I say unto you, live, live, live. Don't hold anything back from your heart desire. You're only going to live once, and it may be cut short. So live the moment as it is. Live the life you love and love the life you live. This is Doc, Ghetto Child.